No, am I having problems?
This is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
They had. Here we go.
I'm Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
I hope savior of basketball has won.
Well, the Dortcher Chamber has been going pretty well.
I'm Aaron Wiggins, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mark Dagnall, and I'm down to dunk.
He just does a big smile and
I feel blessed by God to be here with down to dunk, be here with you.
I'm Alex Caruso, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
Oh, jeez. Are you going to sing it good enough for me to guess it, or?
Panhandle. Jeez. I'm tweaking.
Name 2 famous Oklahomans.
Myself and Jalen Williams.
Is that a crazy answer?
All my friends call me Bob.
Where's Rachel? Unique story. He lived a whole life.
Plain.
This is Cason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
True-blood Oklahoma.
That's right.
Pretty exciting, if you ask me.
This is J-Dub, world champion J-Dub, and I'm down to dunk. And eat burgers.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. Before I get to my friend, Michele Berra, I want to tell you about 2 other friends of mine, Aaron and Drew Reese of Shelter Insurance. You can call Aaron 405-773-5500 or Drew 405-478-7714 today. Listen, you're going to need good insurance. Everybody does. And Aaron and Drew can provide that for you. They can also provide you with trustworthy care with that coverage because they're both good, trustworthy guys. So give them a call or text today. These are Thunder fans. So listen, you can say, hey, what a win last night. Hey, down 19. Who would have thought? You can text them. You can call them today. Support the people that support Down to Dunk. With me, rarely on a Monday morning, is Michele Berra. Michele, what's up?
Well, as you can tell from my beard, this is not a working day for me. I'm just home doing stuff like renovating the some of the floors of my house. So nice vacation where I don't work for my actual company, but I do work anyway.
Yeah, I hear that. It's a homeowner life right there. You got to take days off to work on your house. I know that life. Listen, the Thunder played against the Memphis Grizzlies yesterday, and they beat them 114-100. And you'd think, oh, if you're just box score surfing after the games, you're like, man, Thunder just kind of cruised to another win. Nope, they stunk to start this game.
Yeah,
it was really rough, and some of it was just shot making. I thought that the Grizzlies made a lot of tough shots, and the Thunder missed everything. Alex Caruso just had just these completely wide open threes on the wing and just clanks them both. He did finally get one to go in at the end of the third quarter, and you could see the relief on his face, and he fist pumping, just like, I can't, finally got a shot to go down.
Yes, was genuinely happy.
Yeah,
for that to go down.
Yeah, it was a rough game to start, but then the third quarter comes around and they demolish them, and largely with the MVP, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who looked like the MVP yesterday. We'll obviously talk more about him. But then AJ Mitchell continues to cook, and he was awesome yesterday. 21.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals yesterday. 2 of 3 from 3, 8 of 15 overall. What stuck out to you most, Michele, during this one?
I mean, I think that the issue was basically the shooting. I mean, OKC was just not hitting anything, and I mean that creates a lot of I would say flow that is not a good one. Like you go into a wide open shot, the defense cramps and cramps and cramps all the spaces, leaving you more open shots, and you don't hit them. But I think that the thing that stuck out to me the most is that during the halftime break. I think that David Accione was the one who talked with Paris Lawson, and he basically said, "Yeah, I mean, we are not doing a good enough." I'm not using his exact words, but the theme was, "Hey, we're giving up too many wide open shots."
Yeah.
And I mean, it's yeah, it is what happened, and sometimes it's what the reporter wants to hear. A different story is getting into the second half of the game and correcting that completely, where Memphis now is still hitting some of the shots, but they had very, very few wide open looks, very
Yeah.
good in rhythm looks, which were basically all the time. They're getting those all the times in the first 2 quarters. So they really corrected that. And then the second most surprising thing is just AJ Mitchell doing things. I mean, I love every part of his game. The fact that he can hit you with the midi, he can hesitate, he can just charge like a ball. I mean, he is a very, very complete player. And I mean, he stays on the court because of his offense, sure. But defensively, he made like a few plays here and there, like quarterbacking defense. I mean, he's just a wonderful, wonderful NBA player. And I'm so glad that the body transformation that he had during the season, because it's apparent he is bigger, he's stronger, paid off immediately for him. That is not something that happens. I mean, you go through like a very big change in your body, and maybe the shot suffers. Cole Kaysen Wallace last year, he was a very good shooter. Change his body muscle. He gets better defensively, but offensively, not so much. With AJ, he's working on both ends, and I am in awe for this guy.
Yeah. I mean, he can get in the paint whenever he wants. His passing is really good.
Yeah.
He can shoot threes. The mid-range jumper hasn't even really fallen yet for him, but he can get to that spot and he can rise up. Yeah, there's nothing about it that looks like, oh gosh, why is he doing that?
Yeah.
It just feels like, oh, I don't know why that's not going down. Like it's according to NBA.com, he's shooting 23% in the mid-range so far this season. So like that's going to fall. I don't know, man. Like that, like Presti did it again. Like there's just no question. Like Presti and his staff did it again with the draft. And they clearly targeted this guy. The way that they approached the draft with him is that they had to make multiple trades to get up to the spot where AJ was going to be. And I have no doubt that like that's the guy they were after that whole time. Was that okay? We're gonna trade Lindy for a pick. We're gonna trade this pick and that pick. We're gonna get up here, and then they finally got up to the range where AJ was going to be. And I think it's just kind of like begs the question, like where's everybody else with scouting AJ Mitchell? It's like the question that I leave myself asking. It's like, where was everybody else? And this happens from time to time where like a second round pick slips through the cracks. That's really good. But we're talking about a guy that would, if you did a redraft, and it's a bad draft to do this in, but like if you did a redraft, like he's a top 10 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Easily. If he was on Washington or if he was on Brooklyn or some team that just needed somebody to score, I mean, the guy could be averaging like 25 and 5. Like I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, but even if he goes and averages 16 and a half, 4.5, 3 rebounds, that is top 10 pick anyway.
Yeah.
It's not that you need to be a 25 points point guard in order to be a top 10 guy in most drafts. And again, you mentioned the pass, and then I have to say something about Sam Vecini. But I mean, the pass that he had, I think at the end of the third quarter, where it was this the pass that led to Caruso, kind of three. That was he could have taken the shot. It was semi-open. I mean, it was one of the shots that NBA.com qualifies as open because the closest defender was still recovering to him, and Ja Morant was. So you could have pump fake it and then just drive at Morant. Instead, he made a pass, not looking before the ball touches his hand to Caruso, and then when the ball touches his hand, immediately darts one to Caruso, which is, by the way, wide open. Morant had he had no hesitation going towards Mitchell because he was really in a position where, yes, he's he's loading to take a shot, and instead he passed out to Caruso. About Sam Vecini, I mean, after the draft, he said, I'm a little bit puzzled by OKC's draft. I mean, I would have taken AJ Mitchell with the 20 something pick and paid a second rounder to get him, not the other way around. I mean, he said that literally, I would say 10 hours after the draft. Shout out to Sam. He is still the greatest.
Yeah. Also, though, the Thunder got AJ on a 2-way contract.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the deal. It's like, I mean, it's all just based on like intel that they get in the draft. You know, like I think that they probably got word that AJ would be available at that spot. They clearly had some affinity for Dylan Jones. And, you know, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
Yeah.
But they got AJ on that 2-way contract, which I think is pretty key. And now they have him on like one of the best deals in the NBA.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Like they did a pretty incredible job.
Yeah, one can dream now.
Yeah. It's wild. And I can't wait to see the three-headed monster of Shea, AJ, and J-Dub together, because that is going to be crazy. And then you pair those three with Hart and Chet, who have both been awesome. Both those guys are awesome yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you do, because everyone can pass, everyone can score, everyone can do a little bit of everything. And AJ's defense has been good enough. Now that lineup is kind of, it's not all offense, obviously, but you're basically taking out all of your like bulldog defenders from that group, and Caruso, Dort, and Kaysen. But man, the Thunder have an outrageously crazy amount of options when they're fully healthy, and they do right now, even whenever guys are hurt. I mean, Aaron Wiggins has had an incredible start to the season. He's out with that abductor strain, and they need him to sometimes stabilize the offense. But you know, AJ has kind of stepped in and filled that role as well. So yeah, we got to talk about iHeart and what he's been like these past couple games.
Yeah, he's been just fantastic. Like just whatever, man. He can do anything. I mean, when he went for 33, I said, well, now I want him to take like 3 threes in the last 3 possessions just to see if there is magic in it or not. I'm sad that he didn't. Something about AJ and iHeart and also Chet that is really, really interesting to me is that the second unit now is pretty standard in terms of the minutes that they get. It's Caruso, AJ, one shooter, which can be Aaron Wiggins or Joe or even Wallace sometimes, and then Chet and Hart. I wonder. First of all, I love that lineup. It works. So
it clearly works.
It works. Fantastic. Great. I really wonder if this unlocks something that was not possible up until now, up until AJ demonstrated that he can really be in charge of the offense.
Yeah.
If you can pair more J-Dub and Shea, where you basically have this second part of the first quarter where you have J-Dub and Shea plus all shooting around. And I really wonder, how can you guard that?
Yeah.
Like with your second string guys, how can you guard? Or late in the third, how can you guard this team? And this to me is so strategic because on the one hand, you are practicing iHeart and Chet chemistry, which, by the way, is working. It's working so well.
Yeah.
And on the other end, you pair Shea with Dub, and they are practicing their 2-man game. So if this is something that is sustainable, I mean, I'm all in. I really want to see that because it's so interesting that the lineup with Chet and Hart plus Mitchell is working. And if that works, then this unlocks something amazing for the Thunder.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like they've put together an incredible team, and just having this dynamic creator off the bench, something they didn't have. They won the title without somebody like that. Now that they have that, and you have another guy who is recovering in Topic as well. I just don't think you can have too many guys that can handle the rock.
Yeah.
And I think like they are putting together a team that was already special. They won the title.
Yeah.
They won a championship here in Oklahoma City. And yet, like they are continuing to build on, what they've done. They're not satisfied.
Yeah.
And like the team is so blessed to be led by Shea, because the guy is clear, like he's not selfish while he takes a lot of shots and commands the team. Like he's not a selfish player. He leaves room for others' improvement, and he leads the way with like defensive effort. Like I just wonder, is AJ necessarily like this awesome of a defender at this point in his career without like the leadership of Shea? Like I just wonder that. Like if he was on a
Yeah.
team where like Jordan Poole was getting all of like the minutes, is he necessarily like this level of defender? I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe
No,
AJ.
the answer is no.
No,
Culture does a lot.
Yeah, I just think that leadership, especially from the lead guard position, where it's like, hey, like this is, you want to watch and work with the best player at his position. Here he is, and here are all the things he does. Here are the things that he sacrifices. Here's the way that he works. I think that's got to be like incredibly motivating for a guy like
Yeah.
AJ, because like that's the guy he's watching film with. That's the guy that he's working under. That's who's going against in practice a lot. I just think it's very cool. It's a very cool opportunity for AJ to develop. And when you can, this is like the beauty of, if you can hop on a moving train, that's like the terminology that I've heard a lot of Thunder people use, is like hop on this moving train that is this championship team. Like it can expedite your development like crazy if you're able to hop on and keep up. There's obviously guys that won't be able to. That's just a part of it. Like Oos has not been able to, and like that just is what it is. But AJ's been able to get on the moving train, and because of that, his development is like sped up, like you're listening to a podcast at like double speed. Like it is wild what he's been able to accomplish, and a lot of it is like the environment is so perfect for a guy like AJ right now. And it is just expediting everything about what he can do. It's very cool to watch. And I wonder if Topic can have a similar experience. I think it's going to be harder to come by like big time minutes, but I do think like Topic thinks the game at a high level. And I think like he's a guy that I think can hop on a moving train as well. Like, what does that do for his development? Like, I just think it's a really interesting and cool opportunity, because a lot of the guys can't do that. I think we saw guys, the Warriors are another example of this. There are a lot of guys that could not get on the same level of those guys. They just couldn't do it. James Wiseman, like, never got there with them. Never figured out how to play with them.
Nor anywhere else. But
True.
Yeah, and I remember us discussing Weissman, and we were both into the idea of getting into the Warrior system, because we believed that was one of the system that could have been beneficial to him if he were to, let's say, fit into that. And he didn't. It's astonishing that OKC has 11 real guys, like real guys that can start basically. Well, not every. I mean, Jay Will, I don't think that he's a starter in most teams.
He's
Wiggs
like a
and
backup
Joe,
big for almost every team.
yeah, he is. Joe and Wiggs, same. They are not. Well, maybe in some team they could start. Gary Trent is starting, so I mean, Joe and Wiggs are probably on the same level, if not better. So I mean, OKC has at least 10 starters or potential starters, which is insane. It's really insane. And you feel that whatever you're watching, it's not a team that has players that are not I would say, that are dissatisfied with the product.
Yeah.
So that is to me astonishing. Even if Shea takes maybe a few bad shots, I mean, a the I think that there is some purpose behind it. I think that the off the dribble three is something that Shea is, I would say, using with a little bit too much freedom if you want to take a good shot in a good moment in a game. Most of those are not great shots. I do think that Shea, in order to unlock the best version of himself in the playoffs, has to keep the defense on his toes. And in order to do that, the step back three is something that he has to work on. And if you don't do it with game reps, then it's bad. But it's the only thing that you can point at as, yeah, that's a bit rush, or that's a bit weird. But A, he's a superstar, so he's elected to do whatever. And B, it's not like he's taking 12 bad shots a game. It's probably 4 that you can. And again, would you take that off his plate? I don't think so. Again, Coward changed the way in which he was guarding him because of those shots, and he got like more points of the next possessions.
Yeah, the regular season has to be used as like a laboratory for these guys. Like they can't, like, you want to play really good basketball and you want to play like good process. Like, yes, absolutely. But you also need to use it as a space to explore, like, what else can I be? What else can I do? And Shea and Amick was asking Shea about this at post game Friday.
I read that.
Great stuff from Sam Amick. Go to theathletic.com/down-to-dunk and subscribe and read Amick's article about Shea. But, you know, like, he was asking Shea, like, basically, like, how much better do you think you can get, or how do you stay focused, you know, and, you know, come back, and like, how are you attacking, trying to repeat? And he's got some really good stuff from him. So definitely worth it. And this is how the what I'm saying is kind of how Shea's approaching it. Like, he wants to kind of figure out what are his limits as a player and where can he improve. You know, I think when he sees his limit, he doesn't see it as a limit. He sees it as like, oh, that's just an area I need to improve at. It's just what I got to get better at. And those 2 back-to-back step-back threes were just like, what do you do? I'm sitting there with Asher, and we're watching the game. We're also studying for like this vocab test that he has today, and he just starts screaming. He like screamed after the first one, and then he just like lost it after the second one.
Those are shots that are so hard, so freaking hard.
Yeah.
By the way, I love the Rondo quote. I mean,
yeah, the Rondo quote was great.
Yeah.
That's a very tangible way that he can get better, is by being a coach on the floor. And he even like acknowledged, and if you missed it, he basically said, like, players say that like playing against Rondo is like playing against a coach. Like, he knows all your plays, he knows everything you're gonna do, and he's like, I want to do that. And he's like, and I have a long way to go to get there. That was
which is amazing that he picks something that is not his DNA. I mean, I vividly remember us discussing the first year after Chris Paul was gone, the offense, and I repeat this many, many times because it is astonishing to me to look back and see the development. But anyhow, I remember us or on the Dream Team discussing, hey, when Shea is on the floor, the offense doesn't flow in the same way. When it's Muscala, it's Kenrich, it's other guys, the offense flows much better.
Yeah.
Like, it was not a crazy sentence back then. It was actually watching games and seeing that whenever Shea was on, the team was scoring more, but the offense was not the same. Right now, I almost never have that feeling. And it's through growth of Shea as a playmaker, as recognizing situations much better. I mean, the pass to AJ in the corner was made, I think, by Shea, and then the pinpoint went to Caruso afterwards. These kind of reads that Shea can make now are such a difference from like just a few years ago. And it's incredible. And the fact that he recognized that, understanding the game, understanding what the other team wants to run, being a coach on the floor on both ends, it's something that he needs to work on, that he wants to work on, which is the crucial part, like wanting to work on something. It's just it's music for everyone's ear in terms of guys that are either on the team or following the team or rooting for this team. Because if your superstar pinpoints exactly what he's bad at, bad air quotes,
Right.
bad at, can improve on. It's just fantastic, especially if you can see already developments on that. Because A, he knows, B, is working, C, the work is paying off. So it's just fantastic.
Yeah. I was looking at 2-man lineups, and specifically I was looking for the Chet iHeart pairing. And according to NBA.com, they're a plus 24.3 so far this season. So
They are kicking a
yeah,
right.
101 defensive rating, which would be number one in the league by a mile, which the Thunder are number one in the league by a mile at a 104. And those two on the court together are 101. And the defense, or the offense, I'm sorry, is 125.5.
Yeah, that is unexpected. I thought that with training camp and with like a summer they could improve, but the 2-man game between them is fantastic. And the fact that Chet is starting to take different shots, he's letting the 3-ball fly. That is something that we all expected. But these middies that he's taking, one-legged middies, and the fact that they screen for each other off ball in order to get someone paired with a smaller player, that is just these are just great stuff. Like, I know that they will face much better competition in the next 2 weeks, and so we will get a better picture. But like, Memphis is not a horrible team. They have good defenders. Wells played well defensively. JJJ is a good defender, and they just at a certain point they said, oh, "Okay, we're gonna destroy you." They just do.
Yeah.
And Hart is meaner this season. He's so physical, so imposing. I love this. I really love this. It's just hey, I will be better than last year. I will just destroy you. And he does that. That's just fantastic.
He looked like Shaq against the Kings.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had 33 points, 19 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. He was 14 of 17 from the field. This is what was not like Shaq. He was 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Poor Eubanks.
He was dominant. Like, yeah, he's playing against Drew Eubanks. But listen, if you're playing against Drew Eubanks, go kill him.
Yeah.
Like, go destroy him. The floater's falling. He's dunking everything. I mean, I think he had just 1 shot outside of the paint the whole time. They just absolutely dominated that team. That was an incredible performance. And on a cup night, respect the cup. They got the cup victory. So it's very exciting. That was really fun. It was really fun watching him. Like, there was stuff off the dribble on Eubanks where like he pump faked and like drove to the rim. I mean, a lot of it wasn't just like, hey, let's just dump it down to iHeart. It was like, hey, he's on the move. He's dribbling through the lane. He's finding his spot. I think that some of it is because like we haven't gotten to see like iHeart, fully throughout his career. You kind of think like, oh, he's probably just a finished product. Like, he's just like a starting level center. He just is what he is, but he's still a developing player. I know for a fact that like there's a desire on his part to become a much better player, and he has been.
To finally hit 40% of his threes.
I think there's a desire for that to be a part of it too. I do. It helps when you're playing the Kings, who were, discombobulated would be like the nicest word I could use for them defensively. Like, a lot of it was just like, hey, iHeart, let's get behind the defense, or let's run a quick screen and roll with Caruso and iHeart. Like, can we run one simple action and we just find this guy? Or he's just like, I'm just going to run. I'll run. No one else is running. Precious Achua, the big sneeze, he ain't running.
Yeah.
One thing that's running is his nose. I mean, come on. It's just it was wild watching him just outwork every single king that whole night, and it completely paid off. I mean, he was
Yeah,
spectacular.
not terribly surprising. The Kings are kind of a bit of a mess. I mean, it's sad for Doug Christie, but I mean that team is really checked out in so many ways. I really can't stand players just ball watching and just doing nothing to help their case.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that the team that I'm following, it's not doing that. But to see like players that are completely uninterested of playing any sort of defense, that is bad. I mean, that is stuff that are calling for a change. But again, hey, by the way, we nailed the prediction 10-1. So this week we are not going to do this so that our record is better. I mean, it's a tough week.
10-1 is wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an awesome week of basketball. This is an awesome week of basketball for OKC. Let's actually take a break, and then we will talk about really just an awesome back-to-back, and then they play the Hornets. But we'll talk about that back-to-back right after this quick break. And we're back after that quick break. I want to tell you about our friends over at Ring Family Dentistry. Ring Family Dentistry takes a straightforward and honest approach to dental care. Doctors Phil and Brandon Ring believe in keeping what's healthy, fixing what's not, and only replacing what truly needs it. No pressure, no upselling, just clear explanations, thoughtful recommendations, and decisions that are always up to you. Ring Family Dentistry is a true family practice with a laid-back vibe, modern tech, and high-quality work, including same-day crowns, even for your front teeth, plus implants, bridges, root canals, and clear aligner therapy, all offered in-house. Call to schedule your appointment at 405-621-1555 or make an appointment online at ringfamilydentistry.com. Support the people that support Down to Dunk. The Thunder play a home back-to-back, probably the most fun home back-to-back of the season. There is a Sixers Hawks home back-to-back that's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
There is let's see if there's any other. There's road back-to-backs. There's like Bulls Knicks. That's fun. That's road. But yeah, this is Knicks Pistons is pretty fun. That's a home back-to-back in March.
Yeah.
But doesn't get much better than Warriors Lakers back-to-back. Steph Curry's been out with an illness. Hopefully he'll be back. You want to see Steph play in OKC. And you want to be a little bit tested as well. Now, the Thunder are clearly not full strength without J-Dub and Aaron Wiggins, but, and Dort as well. Like, you're going to need Dort, especially on that second night of a back-to-back. But it'll be interesting to see who all gets to play and who all plays. Like, does Chet play in the back-to-back will be a question I have, especially since it's home.
Yeah.
He's
which
still,
one?
Yeah, I would choose the Lakers if I'm them.
Yeah.
So that's the one that I would choose. I mean, he's still standing at the end of the games for his press conferences. He's not sitting down at the table. He's standing. So obviously the back is still bothering him to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wonder what that looks like for them. But yeah,
I wonder if it makes any sense for him to play just low minutes, but playing like maybe playing 15, 16, 18 both nights instead of playing one game 34. It's a little bit tricky to maneuver, but
yeah, I could see that. That really would be interesting to see, like if he, because I mean you could do it. Like Jay Will's a good player, and Ihart is obviously dominating,
and Brandon Carson is serviceable.
Hey, you could play BC. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'm intrigued. I mean, the Lakers obviously won't be full strength either. without LeBron James. But yeah, those are like the two biggest tests they've had since Houston. Really, I know like the Blazers were
Yeah.
good. The Clippers are just hot garbage to start this season.
Yeah, not really improving. That is welcome news for the Thunder. I mean, if they keep their projected winning record, that would be amazing for OKC. I mean,
Yeah.
they really have a chance here. If something goes oddly wrong for the Clippers, not very oddly, by the way, I think they will be probably searching for some short-term stopgap during the season. I think that there might be a way to get a player that could help them this season. I'm not sure if there is a great appetite to go long term though, because it's true that after 2027 they have basically cap clean and they can start over, and I think that they want to do that. They should at least.
They'll be better. Like they'll play better than this. Like I think like Zubats can be a little bit better defensively. I think that Harden has had a decent start this season. I think he can just shoot better. He's shooting 44% from the field. You know, like that's just not ideal. But also, it's like you're missing Norman Powell, who was amazing for them last year, and you're filling in with Bradley Beal, who's averaging 8 points on 8 shots. And then you're relying on John Collins, who hasn't been on a winning team since that Hawks team that went to the conference finals. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of talk about those two in particular just kind of coming in and filling in for Norm, but Powell is just a much better player than those guys, like just flat out.
Yeah.
Where do you get the improvement from? Because like you are going to miss, Kawhi's going to miss time. Like that's just of the bottom line. Like he's going to miss time, and it's like, how do you fill in for him when he's gone, and then just the absence of Norman Powell? I don't know. I mean, I'm interested. I think they'll be better than this. They're 3-6 right now. They lost 2 games in a row to the Suns. It's weird. You know, to lose 1 game to the Suns is like whatever. It's the regular season, but to lose back-to-back games to the Suns is odd at best.
The Suns are, I mean, I watched very little. I watched a little bit of preseason and glimpses of games. They don't play bad, which is good. They don't have too much high-end talent. I would say they don't have high-end talent, but they play well. They are organized. I mean, they play a decent brand of basketball, and sometimes against a team that it's not really into playing any defense, or at least not doing that consistently, even if they have personnel. I mean, talking about the Clippers, I think that it's enough sometimes. But again, they really need to correct course. The Clippers do. Otherwise, it's. I mean, again, for OKC, it's fantastic. If they don't, it would be amazing.
Yeah, please don't course correct, Clippers.
Yeah. I think that to some degree they will, and they will stumble into the 10th, 9th spot in the Western Conference, maybe battling for the play-in, which is a sad place to be after everything they did. And again, this, I mean, we have yet to understand what will happen about Kawhi, if anything will happen this season. So there is still a lot of variance that can come into the Clippers season. But the Encore product, boy, oh boy, that is not good.
No. Yeah, hopefully it stays that way. That would be very cool if they would just stay
Don't be
like
too
that.
greedy. Don't be too greedy.
Dude, I'm insatiable. It's insatiable. Like
You're the greediest.
I've always have been. I always have been the greediest guy for the Thunder. I want them to go get AJ
Go get AJ Mitchell.
Yeah.
Too bad it's already here.
He's already here. They already got him. Golly.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. So obviously the Thunder are missing our guy Lou Dort, your guy Lou Dort, who hasn't really even played all that well so far this season. Shoulder injury, so he's on the mend right now. Aaron Wiggins on the shelf as well. Obviously, J-Dub on the shelf, who was like undoing his hair on the bench last night.
Yeah, that he had some very weird hair last night.
He's just so comfortable just being around that he's just like, I'm just gonna take my hair out on the bench. Oh man, it's so funny. He's so funny.
I love this first iteration of hair, like the very high ones that he never ever showed us again. I think that was the best look that he had.
I know, like his look, his college look is like basically what it was, and then he had it.
And rookie season. I mean, he did the entire rookie season, and then that was gone. Or I mean, he can do whatever he wants. But still, last night look not equally great in my opinion.
What are your thoughts on the rookies? Barnhizer and Youngblood got a little bit of run last night. It has not been like the revelation that we thought it might be, especially for like Barnhizer. I think there was like some expectation with like the way that he played in the preseason, and part of like we have to remember is like he played at least at one point. I need to look and see if that was still the case, but I think he played the most minutes of anybody in the preseason, like period. He played a lot, and so I do wonder, like what does it look like for him? He's on a 2-way. He's not guaranteed, that last roster spot. But I just want to get your thoughts on Barnhizer and Youngblood so far.
I tried to be the first one on Youngblood's island. I'm still alone. I don't think that he showed a lot in terms of being able to be available for shots and being able to play normally good defense. Barnhizer, on the other hand, it's the complete opposite. I mean, defensively, he can give you something. He had 2-3 plays last night where he clearly was physical enough and in the right spot. But boy, offensively is not really. Right now, it's a bit too much for him. The NBA. I mean, he took 2.5 seconds, 2.5 Mississippis to load the shot, and was blocked. I mean, it's something that he can probably correct in due time. But right now, I don't see, and this was my main issue with Barnhizer, I don't see the way in which he can really manufacture offense enough to stay on the court. So it's not something that I see coming through. I would say over the next few months, maybe next year, maybe after a season of GD where he gets into the system, he works on his shot, then maybe. For Youngblood, again, I'm a little bit puzzled by the fact that he is not getting up shots. He is a decent movement shooter, at least in terms of creating space for his shot, and it's not really getting that. Maybe it's just pecking order. Maybe it's just adjusting to the defense, but to the NBA defense. But so far, I mean, it's. It doesn't look promising. It doesn't look like a year where, oh boy, OKC did it again. And Barnhizer is clearly the better one. Not the better 2-way. I still think that Carlson is producing more.
Good. Yeah,
Carlson is just good. He's a guy that should be on an NBA roster, period, and get like third big kind of minutes, which it's not the case, but it should be the case.
Yeah. Carlson can play. Yeah, Youngblood is just small and like needs to develop like screen navigation technique on defense. Like you get one screen on Youngblood and he's done. You know, like he needs to like go to Lou Dort, Case and Wallace screen navigation school. Because
it's not a guy that will die. Well, he actively search the screener in order to die there.
Yeah,
but it's still getting killed on the screens anyway. You can see players just going softly towards the screen and say, "Oh, too bad, I got screened out." No,
Sure.
this is not what
No, he's
is
trying.
happening.
Yeah,
He's
he's
trying,
really
but it's
trying.
just
He's really trying.
getting
Yeah.
getting the screen in his face. By the way, don't want to really talk too much about the refs, but yesterday it was extremely perplexing to me. Not really decisive in any way. Not saying that um they had calls on OKC in particular. It was, I think they were completely out of control, and it ended up being quite risky in some moments. I mean, the foul that the Ja did on Chet,
Yeah, that was
that was not a good one. Like,
just
it's
it was
really not a good one. Thank God that the game got out of hand for the Grizz, and so there was no reason to be feisty.
yeah.
But if you leave stuff like that, and also OKC was allowed to basically manhandle people in the paint. I mean,
Mhm.
I did not understand that. It's, again, I mean, it's fine to have a physical game, but there was just inconsistency and bad plays here and there, both sides again. And again, I don't think that it was skewed towards Memphis or skewed towards. I just thought it was bad.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the officiating was pretty putrid yesterday. It's just, like, inconsistent across the board, and like you said, like, not necessarily like, "Oh my gosh, they were so in favor of the Thunder, or they're so in favor
No.
of the Grizzlies." It was just like, this was a crew that was, like, relatively inexperienced that just was making just some of the most perplexing calls, but, you know.
Yeah, or not making them sometimes.
Well, yeah, and I don't know, like, officiating is hard, but, like, the NBA officials need to be better. Like,
Yeah.
if you wanna go go remind yourself that, like, these refs are actually pretty good, not the guys last night, but on average, NBA refs are pretty good. Like, just go watch college basketball for, like,
Yeah.
watch,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
2 college basketball games, you'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay."
No, I mean, there was Zach Zarba, so I expected a little bit better than
Yeah.
what the product was. The other two, I
You're sometimes you're only as good as your worst official, you know?
definitely. Yeah, it was the case. But anyhow, I think that it's also a great sign that, I mean, even when things are not really going well, or when you feel like you're not officiating in a proper way, you keep your just cool and you're calm. Hart almost lost it on a not when Mark did not challenge something. He was really not happy about it. It was almost fun. I think that he was, for the most part, he was having fun. But yeah, a note on the game that I think it was a little bit not in tune with what the NBA should be.
Yeah. Yeah, which is okay. Like, that's fine.
Yeah. It's November. Who cares?
Yeah, and, like, if it's affecting outcomes of games, then that's where it's like, "Okay, now we really have to talk about this," but it's like there's time for a lot of these guys to improve.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the cup game schedule specifically because I'm just into the cup. So the Thunder have the Jazz, not this coming Friday,
Yeah.
but the next. And then they have the week of Thanksgiving, they've got some cup games. They have the Wolves on
Oh,
the
yeah?
Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, and then the Friday night in OKC the week of Thanksgiving. So those are their 2 home cup games, but kind of not back to back, but right one after another.
Yeah.
Man, really hope to see the Thunder back in Vegas this year, and hopefully they can take the cup, because this is about the best cup schedule you could get. And so,
Yeah, I would say that it's I mean, you get the bad teams on the road, you get the semi good teams on your home court.
yeah.
Can't ask for more than that.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Anything else on your mind before we get out of here, Michele? Before you get back to your painting?
No, I'll go back to paint. I will pick up kids from school doing dad things today, which I don't get to do too often. So
There you go.
fantastic.
Nice. I'm going to. I don't know if I'm going to be on it or if I'm going to be just producing it. I'll probably just be producing it, but we're going to have a podcast on the Athletic NBA Daily Feed that's going to go live at, I believe, 11 Central Time, where the Athletic is releasing the top 25 players of the last 25 years. And we're going to do a little bit of a debate style stuff on that feed with Dave DeFore, Esper Henny, Fred Katz will be joining us. So go listen to that. We'll have a new episode of the OKC Dream Team dropping today. That's usually me and Rylan Stiles, and I don't know. I need to check the schedule, see who else. But anyways, that will also be released. If you aren't subscribed to the Patreon show, patreon.com/OKC Dream Team. Would love for you guys to subscribe to that too if you're wanting extra content. It's like you get crossovers from if you're a Locked On Thunder listener and a Down to Dunk listener. It's basically like you get crossover of that plus a bunch of other people that are doing great work over there. So we also have a post-game show after every game over there. So go check that out. Regular pods this week. Wednesday with Al, Friday with the crew, hopefully with the whole crew on Friday. It's been a minute since we've had the L Man on, so hopefully we'll get him back this week. All right. Look forward to potting about the Lakers and Warriors games. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk to you guys again on Wednesday.
Until to die, until to die.